Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another triple commentary. This is Flash versus GGPlay. This is the second game of their best of 3 in the round of 8 of the Incruit OSL. And for some reason, it seems like every time I cast a game, I have to do a longer sentence to describe what the game is. Maybe it's just weighing more on me. Anyway. There are a lot more tournaments going on now these days. Pro League is different, and we've got the Avertech as well. Anyways, I digress. Flash is the yellow Terran at the top right-hand corner, and GGPlay is going to be playing Zerg in orange at the bottom left-hand corner. And if you have not watched Game 1 of this series yet, you may want to go watch that first, because we are going to be at least mentioning the result of it in our discussion of this game. So, yeah, this is going to be on the Autumn Wind, or Chapong Ryong, although I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Yeah, I think none of us know how to pronounce it correctly. But yeah, Game 1, I mean, I don't see why anyone would watch this without watching Game 1. But Game 1 was really surprising to me, because GGPlay innovated really well when Flash went for the Goliath mechanized build, a pure mech build. GGPlay just went crazy expansion Zerg. I mean, he got, at some point, 7 or 8 gas, and then he just crushed Flash at the end with pure Ultralisks. Just Ultralisks. He didn't even need Zerglings. He was just like, I'm going to build 24 Ultralisks. It was something to behold, and really, this is going to be very tough for, I'm not going to say it's very tough for Flash, but this is definitely very surprising for Flash. Although, the thing is, if Flash can win this game, I think he'll be very comfortable in the last game, which is on Plasma, where I haven't even seen a Zerg win against Terran. The only Zerg versus Terran I've seen was when I beat Psionic Reaver on it, and that was with a Lurker Rush when he didn't know the map. I think it's that hard for Zerg to win against Terran. But yeah, so Flash on Chapong Ryong, I think he has a very good chance. There's a lot of the rolling hills of Chapong Ryong, you know, make it, I think, a decent map for Terran players, especially because he can get positioned in the middle of the map, and if he gets some tanks, he can really just fence the Zerg in and prevent him from picking up even a second expansion, a third gas safely. Looks like Best is going to be Flash is going to be just setting up his barracks there, and probably going to go for, my guess is going to be 1 Rax into Command Center. I think he's going to probably try to play a standard game this time, seeing that his mech build didn't work in Game 1.
Yeah, that mech build, just GGPlay was unbelievable. Unbelievable, the amount of macro. I was like, wow, how is this working? This is insane. I think he had every expansion up on the map except for the 9 o'clock expansion, and just ridiculous. And that was a mineral only on top of that. Anyway, it looks like he's going to go for, yeah, both players playing pretty standard builds here. Overlord, a little bit too far away from the corner there. It's going to take some damage. I don't think it's going to get taken out there. For a second there, if there was a second Marine alongside, I think that Overlord would be dead. It doesn't look like a second Marine's been produced, and as Color predicted, that second command center is going down. GGPlay did get the spot on it. I think that was calculated, actually. He put it out there a little bit so he can get the spot. 3-hatch build from GGPlay. And it looks like he's going to go for a 3 hatchery before. No, I'm sorry, there's Zerglings being produced right there. I was wondering. No, he's going straight drones. So predicting that, so very wise. This shows you the player's calculation. Seeing that command center up, had that Overlord position, wanted to see what Flash was doing, wanted to get a good eye at the command center so he would know how many drones he needed, whether he could just keep pumping drones and go with that third base and just basically push economy. And so seeing that command center going up, he is in fact going to just push economy at this stage. 3 Marines, though, down in the meantime, he's got some about 4 Zerglings. That should be enough to get some scout, and he'll have enough drones kind of out in the field at this stage with those 2 hatcheries that are awarding production, so he can, yeah, just work on his economy at this stage. Good little SCV dancing here, though, running circles. It's almost like a ballet with that lower Zergling there, although he's ravenous and hungry and wants to chew the flesh off that SCV. So but anyway, pretty standard game. GGPlay is pretty strong in standard games, but honestly, I don't know, even in his A game, if he could take on Flash just head-to-head.
Jesus, that little SCV is still alive, still scouting around. That is ridiculous. I mean, that is a sign of why Flash. Oh, finally going down, getting caught in there. I was kind of wondering why Flash had his Marines out forward. He's now bringing them back again. I saw a Terran player put together in Flash's exact same spawn location. If you can put a barracks right next to your second command center. It makes a beautiful little wall. And I don't know exactly why Flash decided not to do that. That's basically been Flash's downfall in the games that he's lost. You know, in the last few months has been his overconfidence and his almost cockiness. So, but at least does have his ramp walled off, and I think this is a very good map for Terran because of the fact that you can have those hills and stuff, and also you can, as he is right now, protect your ramp really easily and protect your expansion. I think as the game goes on, though, this map can be good for a good Zerg. I don't think it's good for Zerg, but it can be good for a good Zerg because of the fact that there are so many different routes that you can take to move around different parts of the map. Kind of like we saw Best do, actually, in his game of the first set of the OSL. He was able to use the fact that there were so many different ways to go around the map. And we see these Zerglings tracking some of those ways right now. So I think that could be good for a Zerg player that knows how to use them. I don't think a standard cookie-cutter Zerg, well, if there is such thing as a cookie-cutter Zerg, but I don't think a standard Zerg would be able to really utilize those twists and turns, but a really good Zerg, I think, could do a lot of good things with them and turn this into a Zerg map. I guess, you know, it depends on the player all the time, but there's also a couple good spots for Mutalisks as well. So we're gonna see how well Mutalisks do on this map in just a minute, actually. And Flash doesn't seem to have any turrets up. I thought I saw an engineering bay going down. But maybe I'm mistaken about that, but he's going to be in a little bit of trouble in a minute if he doesn't have some turrets for these Mutalisks. His main base, he's got all of his Marines protecting his expansion, but his main is completely open to Mutalisks harass right now. Okay, there we go. I thought I saw it earlier, so I wasn't on crack after all. So Flash setting up some turrets, good for him, otherwise he'd be in a lot of trouble, I think.
Yeah, Flash setting up turrets in one of the best places where the Muto harass can occur, which is above the natural expansion. Pretty standard place, though, for Terran to put up a couple of turrets, so not sure if that's ever going to be that good for Zerg, but that is a little bit vulnerable, though. I think that's probably where GGPlay is going to try to get a little bit of harassment done on the natural. The main base is rock solid, and this is why I think it is sort of a Terran favorite map. Flash is not kidding around with the turrets, though. He's got 3 turrets up there. He wants to make a nice turret wall, definitely what pro players like doing with their turret positioning. And this is something really, you know, it's somewhat basic for good foreign level players, but someone like me, I never am able to do. You know, I just never figure out exactly where to put the turrets, like put them in a wall or put them next to my base, you know, put them next to my command center or what. But anyway, so it looks like GGPlay going for that standard, probably going to switch over to Hydralisk build here, into Lurkers rather, picking up his second base there, and Burl for GGPlay. Oh, this is going to be interesting, actually. It's going to be like kind of like Stop Lurkers, except they're going to be burrowed Zerglings, so maybe if Flash moves out, maybe he'll get caught up in that Zergling trap, perhaps. Or maybe he just wants to hide from Flash the fact that he has so many Zerglings. It was a little bit more than I expected. Anyway, Flash going for a fast tech here. He's going to go straight to Science Vessel there before getting any tanks out, and I think if he can get it out pretty soon, I think he'll be a pretty good situation. But here looks like GGPlay is going to run in and try to take Flash out right away here. Flash has 2 bunkers, though, and I don't think this is going to work. I think the fact that Flash had those bunkers up, wow, that was close, though. I think GGPlay actually there made a mistake there, running his Zerglings in. I think he should have waited until he had those Lurkers out, but I guess he saw an opportunity there, but it wasn't exactly as good of an opportunity as he thought it was. Came close, though. Certainly put some scare in Flash, at least, I think.
I think Flash is a big advantage right now. There's not a lot of force to protect that expansion in the bottom right-hand corner. He's going to go up and try to do a little bit of harassment here, but both the double upgrades going up. Science Vessel is going to be out momentarily, and I have a feeling once that Science Vessel is out, I'm not going to say that it's complete GG for Flash at that stage, but I just don't see GGPlay holding the map after losing all those Zerglings and not having a single Hydralisk out in the field at this stage. He might have 2 or 3, but even with the comp set, I think Flash is going to be able to push against that, and these Mutalisks just aren't going to hold it at this stage. If the Flash can just keep pressuring, he's still got that bunker right there in his back base. He doesn't have to worry about his natural all that much. He's still got those turrets in the backfield. Again, doesn't have to worry about that position either. And it looks like he's going to tech up up. Looks like he's researching Siege, and there's that first Science Vessel. We'll see if he does decide to start pushing with these 3 tanks with that Science Vessel in the meantime. GGPlay, as you can see, a little bit nervous. He wants to try to whittle down this Marine force. I think he thinks that the same thing I'm thinking right here is he doesn't have the forces at the moment to really hold this back, but Flash looks like he is going to hold up. The question is will GGPlay have lurkers? He's morphing lurkers now. Will he have those 5 lurkers out in time to get to that ridge line? He really wants to get on that cusp, on that lisp, but I think Flash is going to move out and be in position just before those lurkers can really get in a position to do all that much damage.
Yeah, that was pretty suicidal by GGPlay running in there. I mean, he saw the bunkers there. I'm a little bit surprised that Flash spent so much money on those bunkers. He's usually, oh, a radiate going off. Nice separation. Almost no damage being done by that irradiate. So good save by GGPlay, and he's going in. Oh, if he can pick off some of these tanks. He picks off. No, he doesn't pick off any of the tanks. The tanks survive, and he has to fall back here. And this is wow. So Flash now bearing down heavily on GGPlay's base here. I think GGPlay might be able to sneak in there and take the last couple hits on a couple of those tanks, but I don't know, he's not looking to be in very good position here. GGPlay does have a lot of lurkers out, though. He may have, I mean, I don't think he's anywhere near Hive right at the moment. I could be wrong, he might be researching Hive in the background, but he's eating his,
nice.
his boomstick thingy there. Yeah, anyway, I guess maybe that's why Flash had the bunkers. He was thinking of lurkers and wanted to protect against some sort of lurker rush, so it's actually smarter than I thought it was at first. But yeah, basically GGPlay doesn't really have enough, I don't think. He's got a lot of lurkers, but not enough to really... He doesn't have the Lings or the Dark Swarm to make those lurkers really have perfect effect, so... I think he's going to get run over here in a minute, but we'll see what he can pull out.
Yeah, it's going to come down to a little bit of luck there, whether GGPlay can pick off some of these Science Vessels. Oh, great irradiate this time, taking a little bit more damage there, and just nice separation. GGPlay's Mulus control has been really good, although I'm surprised I guess he couldn't get any harass down. That was the problem. And also he rested with his Mulus for quite a while on top of that little ridge next to the natural expansion and didn't really pick off Marines, even though they were right underneath. He was just kind of waiting there. And oh, another irradiant, man. This time no separation. Wow. GGPlay is, I think, down to probably 1 or 2 mutas there. His mutas have done a lot, and we'll have to see whether his lurkers can do the same amount. That is a huge amount of lurkers. GGPlay sticking to mid-level tech here. This is interesting. A lot of times we see fast high for the defilers, but that is a gigantic amount of crazy spider lurkers everywhere. GGPlay is trying to set up a flank there. It looks like he's going to try to pull a best here and surround Flash, but Flash actually smartly has split all of his Marines apart, and he knows this is coming. This flank is coming. He's got his tanks in the center of the map there. Oh, looks like GGPlay actually running his lurkers through. Huge battle up north, though. Oh my goodness, it looks like there just weren't enough lurkers there. GGPlay's main force was on the south trying to pick off the tanks, and he actually has picked off a good amount of Flash's troops, so I won't say that was a defeat. It was pretty close, but Flash has a ton of Marines with nice upgrades, +1, +2 for Flash. And oh, GGPlay needs to pick off the Science Vessels, gets 1 Science Vessel. And I think he could have gotten 2 if he was a little bit faster there. But yeah, this is close, though, I have to say. If GGPlay can hold off until he gets Defilers, he might still be able to push Flash back.
My curiosity here, I almost feel like Flash has already won the game because he's secured the portion of the map he really wanted to secure. He's got additional expansions. He's just been macroing up in the meantime. GGPlay is at Hive Tech, though. He's got 2 evolution chambers going down. The question is it looks like at the moment Flash is just happy teching up. He's floating a factory out, using that for spotting. You can see he's at full tilt. Full tilt. He's at full production right here. Oh, not protecting his Science Vessel there, though. I do have to say that's been one thing GGPlay's done fantastically in this game. He's picked off those vulnerable Science Vessels left and right. Flash still hasn't touched that bottom right-hand expansion. I thought he might make some sort of push. I guess he didn't really need to, since he had 3 bases, and it looks like Flash getting a nice flank. Here he's going to come in at the inside 6 o'clock, easily going to be able to take that out, and probably going to be able to push on from there. But it doesn't look like that was producing much for Flash or for GGPlay anyway, and I don't know that GGPlay was really going to be able to hold that much of an attack back with the forces on the ground and put pressure on Flash at the same time. Looks like he's still going with that flank, trying to cut off reinforcements desperately. Flash with that early fast expansion, just breaking out on that cusp. But I'm kind of curious. He does have the Defiler mount out, so we will see Defilers momentarily. But almost on this map, I feel like I'm wondering if Zerg players really the strategy they tend to go for is try to isolate Terran players before they can get that base. Science Vessel's out in the open once again, going to be able to radiate some lurkers. A little bit careless though by Flash if there's Scourge anywhere in that area. Guess he's relying on the fact that GGPlay has to spend all of his gas and lurkers right now, and there's the large Science Vessel force just marching. Huge Terran army. I'm kind of curious what his upgrades are as well. A little bit of a miss micro there running across lurkers. Didn't look like it hurt him too much because GGPlay was burrowing up. And here we're seeing the crush down at this 6 o'clock location, just murdering everything in the area. Those Zerglings did not have a chance. GGPlay might as well have just thrown them there because they weren't going to get anything done. These lurkers getting irradiated before they can even burrow there. That one lurker just dying in fresh air, which is not where lurkers like to die. They like being nice. And there's that factory actually doing a little bit of scouting there and being annoying with those Scourge up in the air. Zergling's getting cut off, and it looks like there's nothing. Science Vessel going down, but there's nothing to pin that Medic Marine Force inside that Dark Swarm. So that Dark Swarm is so much a Pyrrhic victory there. Yeah, you can hold that piece of the map, but what are you going to do with it? Absolutely nothing. In the meantime, your Defiler is most likely going to get radiated as soon as there's energy. But anyway, point being is GGPlay has not managed to pin Flash to 2 bases, and he hasn't managed to do any economic damage. So I feel like this game is very much going. Actually, if he can keep doing that, he might be able to take the game. So I'm not going to call it out completely, but I just feel like Flash's macro right now is just too rockin' to go up against just for 3 bases versus this.
Yeah, that little Defiler. The Swarm going down at just the wrong moment. Defiler gets picked off. GGPlay fighting pretty hard here, but I think he's just way too far behind. He's not been able to muster up enough troops. I mean, you saw him go in with a dozen and a half Zerglings and a few lurkers, and it just wasn't enough to put up a fight. I think this kind of went all downhill from the point when GGPlay got his armies kind of split in 2, and I think it was a really good idea to try and go for that flank. I mean, that's what I was kind of talking about in the beginning. It's good Zergs have an opportunity to use the map to their advantage. Decent plague going off there, but it's just not going to be enough. It's just Lurker's going to get a couple more kills before he dies, I think, out of that plague.
Oh.
But, wow, posthumous kills by the Lurker. But, I mean, it's just GGPlay. Flash just...
What is going
Hi!
Nice place for a hidden expansion.
Wow. Hidden expansion where the Terran
inside your
expanding.
base.
Oh man, that's like if you're playing the computers. If you're playing the computers, they like drop probes into your base to try and expand into your base because this is just the way that anyway. But yeah, I think ever since then, GGPlay has just been splitting up his armies too much, and he hasn't been able to focus and well, then he hasn't had enough of an army to even focus on, and he's just losing expansion. So, good attempt, I gotta say, by GGPlay, but I don't see him coming back from this at this point.
GGPlay with some nice micro here, once again, catching some of Flash's Medic Marine there, but like you said, I mean, just looking at the food counts, 159 versus 55, so Terran has 100 food advantage over the Zerg. Ouch. Yeah, GGPlay's not coming back from this, despite some nice micro. This reminds me a lot of Savior, actually. Back in, the last few days of Savior's past decline, when he would often make it to the late game just barely and have tons of great swarms and just not enough units underneath, just nothing underneath, and just get crushed by the sort of Terran macro machine. Looks like, yeah, attempt by GGPlay to claim that upper left corner. He wants that upper left corner so much. Oh, play going off on the Science Vessels. That could make a big difference if there was a muter around there somewhere. Looks like the Defiler is going to try to set another plague or do something. Sets a Dark Swarm in the middle of nowhere. That's a lot of plague Science Vessels though. I really think that GGPlay this entire game has been characterized. The Scourge is chilling. His game's been characterized by having by not having, just having bad timing in general. Like, starting with the Muta Ling break, I think if you waited for Lurkers, it would have been better. You could have gone for a Ling Lurker break with Mutas, a lot more powerful. Also, I think he should have waited before going for that large split attack in the middle. He should have waited for Defilers, I think. I mean, there's arguments for, he can't wait too long, but still, I don't know, I don't think he should have attacked at that moment when he was just about to get Defilers anyway. He should have waited for them. But yeah, it looks like now the new attempts for GGPlay to expand at the upper left have been taken out. A lot of plagued units though, but even if I think even if all the science vessels were taken out at this point, Flash would just get angry and just scan his way into GGPlay space and
Angry
win.
Flash.
It's really that bad at this point. Yeah.
Scan, blah.
Calm sound
Yeah,
of
sorry for
doom.
cutting. Calm set of doom smash. I feel like on this map it's almost up to, especially Zerg versus Terran, it's up to the Zerg to get something done, and GGPlay didn't do it. I mean, he went up and he tried to do some economic harass. Flash knew that if he just bunkers up and just went straight macro, that he would be able to establish an additional base, no problem. And as long as he put pressure on GGPlay, GGPlay would have trouble basically getting beyond any sort of 3-base play, and that the macro would just be too strong at that point. Just doing a good job setting up the turrets. It just feels like Terran can really camp on this map versus Zerg, and then just kind of leisurely push out once they've got the macro rolling. And that Zerg players at that stage, it's kind of like, what did you do? Do you have something ready? And it's almost against big macro players like Flash, guys that aren't going to make huge mistakes. It's almost like a free win. Maybe that's just my opinion of the map, and I'd like to hear some discussion on that because I always love hearing strategic discussion and learning stuff. But yeah, I just feel like it's up to the Zerg player to get something done to at least box the Terran player in, and GGPlay did not manage to box Flash in or have a big tech or economic advantage in the meantime to really win out in this game.
Yeah, I guess I pretty much agree with that. That's I don't know. Yeah, GGPlay. I think Color was right about the timings and stuff. I mean, he kind of threw away those lings in the beginning, threw away his mutas, and I was really impressed by his separation of the irradiated Mulisks. But come on, man! Once the Terran has irradiate, you gotta try and do something else. Yeah, really nice macro by Flash the entire game. I think that pretty much pulled it out for him. I don't know if there's anything else to say.
I was just gonna say what Diggity was gonna talk about. I think I'm just looking at the map right now, a picture of the map. If you can pick up, there's 2 ramps around the center of the map, and there's basically double ramps, and in the middle is a plateau, and one is towards the Terran's base here, and one's towards the Zerg's base. If you can get the one that's near the Zerg's base, if you can get up that ramp with a couple of tanks and medic marines, your game is pretty much just over. You're gonna win the game because it is just so hard looking at the map. There's no way. There's only one way they can get up there, and that's up a wide ramp. And if you have siege tanks up there, like Flash did towards the closing minutes of the game, you can just pin the Zerg down, prevent them from moving out in the front, and then send out small raiding forces like Flash did and pick off expansions. And it's simple as that. So I think definitely this is the kind of map that Zerg needs to do something creative on. Maybe if they took advantage of the fact that there are 2 entrances to the natural expansion of the main bases. Maybe if the Zerg went for some kind of crazy 3 hatchery laying or some kind of very fast flank maneuver, they might be able to catch a Terran player during a fast expand. I think that might be one possibility. I don't think mutas are particularly good on this map either, because they're just neither the main nor the natural expansion are particularly hard to defend. So my answer, lurkers, or actually powerlings, I think might be a good thing too. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Well, I think the expansion in the main, they're easy to defend, but if they're undefended, then they're easy to harass, if that makes sense. So, I mean, Flash put up a ton of turrets, and he was pretty prepared. But if you had a Terran that wasn't prepared, then the natural expansion would just be a beautiful place to harass. There's a ridge there. There's no space between, for Marines to get in there. So if you wanted, you could go back and forth between the main and the natural and try and harass both a little bit. I don't know. It's doable, is all I'm saying. But yeah, you're right. There's a nice little place to put turrets and plenty of space and good defensible position. So Flash knew what he was doing. So.
All right, so we're going to be moving on to Game 3. It's going to be difficult for GGPlay, I think. This is going to be on Plasma. We're going to have to see some innovation for GGPlay, I think, to seal a surprise win against Flash. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.